And I know that when we were talking in the beginning, you mentioned the nonprofit that you've worked with, the charitable organization, the Alzheimer's Society. So share a little bit about what kind of work that you do with them, and are there the same types of organizations throughout the world?
You have an Alzheimer's Society. It's not called Alzheimer's Society, but you have an Alzheimer's charity in the US. I don't work directly with Alzheimer's Society now, but I did work for them for several years in lots of positions. Best position was something called a dementia navigator, where I was effectively doing the kind of job I'm doing now, not the CST, but the other work, advising and giving people information and so on. And it was brilliant. I will always be grateful to Alzheimer's Society for the training and the experience they gave me.
Well, I was going to say it makes me think of something else, because I know that when I'm talking to people, if somebody mentions dementia or they mention Alzheimer's, they'll talk about it like it's two different things and share. I mean, I believe one is just a subset of the other, but share a little bit about that might clear up those thoughts that people are having.
I'd really like to do that, because you're quite right. I've actually seen a post on a social media recently where somebody said, my wife's got Alzheimer's or dementia, the doctors can't decide which. and that, I want to make this clear. You're dead right. Dementia is the name for the symptoms. So all the symptoms that people get, which is forgetfulness, loss of memory, difficulty in orientation, forgetting how to do things, those are the symptoms. And the name for those symptoms is dementia. Alzheimer's disease is a disease that causes those symptoms. So dementia is like an umbrella term for the whole lot. Alzheimer's disease is one type of dementia, and there are, they reckon, more than 200 types of dementia. Yeah.
I had no idea there was that many. I know with my stepfather, they said they called it Lewy Body.
That's another type of dementia, and it's quite a nasty one, actually, very difficult to manage. I expect you found that.
Yeah, we did.
It particularly affects often the visual problems. People often have hallucinations and things like that with that particular type of dementia, and difficulty moving. It's akin to Parkinson's.
I was just going to ask that. I'm surprised at times when people will talk about Parkinson's at the same time, and so. But it sounds like it is sort of a cross between, Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. I mean, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it has elements of both. Yes.
So let's talk more about what can we do to dodge it.
Dodge it.
Let's dodge it. Let's dodge dementia. Let's dodge one way, let's dodge the other.
Yeah. Okay.
So for everybody out there, get your pen and paper ready. These are some of the things we can do to dodge it.
Okay, there are a lot of things. What I've tried to do is explain to people a variety of things you can do, and then to allow you to assess really what you're prepared to do, because some things can be quite a big change to your lifestyle. If you wanted a really, really simple thing to do, it's what you touched on earlier: cut down on the amount of sugar you eat, and drastically cut the amount of sugar you eat. And look at labels, because there is sugar in the most unbelievable things. You'll be really surprised when you start to read labels on cans and packets. And akin to that is cutting down on highly processed food, which is a whole big area really of nutrition. Aside from that, my personal feeling is that you don't want to go down any weird diet channels. Just you're talking about keeping a good, varied, mixed diet, reduce sugar, reduce processed food, so fresh food. We can all do that, but we don't all want to.
Okay. Well, can we add organic in there as well, so that we reduce the intake of pesticides and such?
Always a good thing, because there's quite a lot of research showing, not so much showing pesticides with dementia, but certainly with Parkinson's. That's a very high level of research is showing there. But I think it's always good to cut down on that. So yes, I agree with you.
If you like this clip and you want to watch another, click here. If you want to watch the whole episode, click here.